working with the breath. This is the miracle of yoga, working with the breath. All sorts of magic happens physiologically when we work properly with the breath. Many people just don't have that skill. So this is what you're learning. And then ease out when you're ready and you've done your 5. Okay. And just sit back if you need to, just on the knees, just to, or take yourself back just to notice how you feel. Transition to standing through down dog. So when you're ready, come back to all fours just once more. We all know down dog. So tuck the toes under. And on the out breath, push into the hands, lifting the knees up off the floor, pushing into the feet, extending the back of the hips up into the air. And keep the knees bent, and when you're here, just have a little stretch through the legs. See if you can lower the heels towards the floor, stretch through the arms, and then start to sway the hips from side to side and walk your hands back towards your feet. Really bending your knees so that you have a nice, loose forward bend. Just hold it here and then roll up as you breathe in, all the way up the front of the legs, just to come back up to standing. So, I've lost a few pounds. My next blog post was going to be on yoga for weight loss. But I wouldn't recommend how I've lost weight because I've had a tummy bug. So I've had that winter vomiting disease. I thought it was just IKEA on Saturday making me feel ill, but that was a week ago. So I thought he was getting out of my way because that was a week ago. So but I've lost weight. I have to keep adjusting my trousers. So, but yoga is very good for weight loss, depending on, again, how we're doing it, how well we're working with the breath, and how attentive we are to our bodies. There are all sorts of reasons why it's good for weight loss. I don't know why I mentioned it. Oh, because my trousers are falling down. But that's why I've lost weight. So recovering from that. So get to a nice tall standing posture. We're going to work into sun salutations over the next couple of weeks. So Surya Namaskara, which is a classic yoga sequence. And today, somewhere, we've got a fabulous chair-based one as well. So we can do that too. But little by little. So everything begins in the standing postures with a good, stable base, doesn't it? So bring your feet 2 or 3 inches apart. And just look down at the feet and just make sure that you can feel that the insides of the feet are parallel, or in a straight line. And let the body just stack up. So let the bones stack up one on top of the other so that you feel like you're standing in a straight line, standing relaxed and tall. And take your awareness to the soles of your feet. And 2 little points on the front of the feet, 2 little points on the back of the feet. So on the front of the feet, imagine that you've got, those smiley dots I wore last week when we were doing EFT. I walked out around town with one of them still on, actually. Typical. So imagine you've got 1 on the ball of your big toe, 1 on the ball of your little toe, and then 2 on the 2 back points of the heels. So the back edge of the inside of the heel, the back edge of the outside of the heel. So 4 points of the feet. And just focus on them. And imagine that you're pressing into those 4 points, particularly the big toe and little toe. And feel the arches of the feet engage, just a little. And zip up through the lower legs. Keep the knees soft, so the knees are nice and soft. They're not rigidly back. They're not completely bent either, but there's a softness in the knees. And then bring your awareness to your pelvis, so the pelvis is straight, the tailbone is long. lifting up through the body, and then the shoulder blades are drawn down and back into the back of the body, and your chin is parallel. And we're going to begin some movement. So we're going to begin a little sequence, and we'll see how we get on. We may do the full Surya Namaskara. And this is a full flowing sequence. I think I'll just quickly show you the sequence because I've got a chair-based one too, so that may be what you do today. So if you stand tall, but find a softness in that, just make sure that you can see me. I'm just going to quickly show you on one side the sequence. So as you're standing tall, and we're looking for this plumb line of the body through the ear, through the shoulder, through the hip, middle of the hip, and then down through the ankle, just forwards of the front point of the ankle. Just find a softness in it. So we're not rigidly holding it, that we can find a softness in it. And just watch me. So Surya Namaskara, I'll just show you. We start with centering, bringing the hands to the heart, bringing our awareness to the heart center, and breathing into here to center ourselves. How important centering is. And then we breathe out and release the hands. We breathe in and lift up. And we can go into a back bend if we're comfortable doing that. And we breathe out and we fold forward. So we take our hands to the floor as we breathe out. We may need to really bend our knees. And we breathe in and we step the right foot back, keeping the hands flat on the floor. Breathing out, we step the left foot back and we stretch out into down dog. Breathing in, then breathing out, we're going to take our knees to the floor, and remember Ashtanga Mudra, chest and chin to the floor, elbows tucked in. As we breathe in, we just slide the body flat and lift up into Cobra. Breathing out, we take ourselves down, tucking the toes under. Breathing in, do it in 2 stages. Lift up, breathing out into Down Dog. Breathing in, we step forwards with the left foot again. Breathing out, step forwards with the right and fold forwards. And then breathing in, we lift up. Back bend if that's comfortable for us. And breathing out, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskara is called Salute to the Sun because it's kind of like a salute, isn't it? And we're taking our body through 12 individual postures because we do it on both sides. And it's a really good, just overall warm up and workout for the spine. And ultimately, once we've learnt the sequence, it becomes meditation in motion. So you can almost do it with your eyes closed once you've learnt the sequence. And because our mind is just focused on the breath and the movement, it's very meditative. That's over time. It won't feel like that today, because today you'll be going, oh God, what do I put? What do I put where now? What am I doing with the breath? Blah, blah, blah. So don't worry too much about getting the breath completely right. Yeah, just focus on the movement and just try and make the movements when I say on out breath, do this. Just try and do that, but don't worry too much. Right? So come to the front of your mat. Okay, and I'll give the chair one as well in a minute. So bring your hands together into the heart space and just bring your attention and your awareness here, yeah? And breathe into this area just to get centered, and then we begin the movements. So breathe out, lower the hands. Breathe in, lift the arms up. A little bit of tension in the tummy, back bend. Very good. Breathe out, fold forwards from the hips, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Breathe in, step back with the right foot. Take your hands to the floor, very good. Breathe out, step back with the left foot into Down Dog. So stretch through the arms and the legs. Breathing in, and then breathing out, drop your knees to the floor. Okay, now Ashtanga Mudra. I think we all did that the other week. So let's just get ready to do that. So just take the arms a little wider if you need to. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, lower your chest and your chin to the floor. Chest and the chin to the floor. So the bum's sticking up a little bit. And then just slide the body forwards as you start to breathe in. And then just push up into a gentle cobra, but keeping the elbows bent. Breathe out, lower the body all the way back down to the floor. Tuck the toes under. Breathing in, push up to all fours. Okay, all fours again, keep breathing. And then on the next out breath, push up to down dog. Stretch through down dog. Breathe in, step forwards with the left foot. So you may just need to step forwards and shuffle it between the hands. So you're into a nice deep lunge, feel that lunge. And as you next breathe in or out, just step forwards with the right foot, couple of little jumps, little steps. Bring the feet together, fold forwards, knees bent. And as you breathe in, let's take our arms wide, actually wide. Breathe in and lift up, all the way up to the top, back bend. And breathe out and bring the hands to the heart center. Is everybody okay with that? Feeling all right? Yeah? Very good, very good. Now, those of you who, once we get the hang of this, we can do this really fast, or we can do it really slow, or we can do it somewhere in between that suits us today. So let's do it another time on the other side. So bring the hands together. Get centered. Breathing out, hands down. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Back bend, remember keep a bit of tension in the tummy and the buttocks. Breathing out, fold forwards. Bend the knees, hands to the floor. Keep the head nice and loose. On the next out breath, step back with the left foot into a lunge. That's it, into a lunge. Very good. Hands to the floor, and then on the next out breath, the right foot joins it. Down dog. Great. Breathe in here, stretch, and as you breathe out, drop the knees to the floor. So come to all fours, that's great. And on the next out breath, Ashtanga Mudra. So chest and chin to the floor. That's it, the bum sticking up, keep the elbows squeezed in. And then slide the body forwards. Just let the body slide forwards. That's it, to take the body down onto the floor. And on the in-breath, breathe in, lift up into a gentle cobra, keeping the elbows bent. Breathe out, lower the body. Breathe in, push up into down, all fours. Breathe in, all fours. Breathe out, down dog. So push into the feet, lift the back of the hips up into the air. Take a breath in and out here. And then as you breathe in, step forward with the right foot. Shuffle it between the hands. That's it, bend the knees. Shuffle the left foot forwards as you breathe out. So bringing the left foot between the hands. Fold forwards into a forward bend. And as you breathe in, make the arms wide if that helps, or just lift them up all the way up, forwards, up to standing, backwards, and breathe out the hands to the heart center. Okay. So, give yourselves a big clap. Go on, give yourselves a big clap. So I was getting the kids to do this all last night because sun salutations, yeah? It's, moving into slightly more advanced practices. So you did really well. I think I'm going to leave it at just the one each side because little by little, we're doing it little by little each week. And I'm just going to show you a chair-based one as well. So, just so that we've got that. Yeah, in fact, if everyone can get a chair, that would be good. Okay, so Because you see, there are many reasons why we need chair-based exercises. Because we can do yoga at work and all sorts, can't we then? And the other thing I just quickly wanted to show, if you just take a seat, is Ashtanga Mudra is difficult. You know, a lot of people have trouble with it initially. Slowly over time, your back will loosen up and you'll be able to do it. So if you struggle getting down like this, don't worry, loads of people do, because it requires upper body strength and it requires flexibility in the spine. So if you struggle with that, this is an alternative. So we can just go from here and just fold the body forwards. So I don't know if those of you who struggled with that might just want to try it. So we can just fold the body forwards into a gentle back bend. So that's the same kind of thing really, and then back up and up. But otherwise, Ashtanga Mudra, for all of us, it feels a stretch, doesn't it? You know, it's a stretch because we've got a back bend going on and we've got upper body work going on. So, now there are various ways we can do this. So get comfortable in the chair. Oh, comfy chairs, aren't they? Wow. Feel the feet in touch with the floor and just have your hands resting on your thighs. Just remember this. Yeah, okay. So, bring your hands together into the heart space and get centered here. So we center ourselves. Where we bring our awareness, so we bring our energy. So press your back of your thumbs into this space in the middle of the chest and bring your awareness, your attention into this heart space area. So we just become centered then in ourselves, centered in this bigger somatic mind. Okay. Breathe out, just lower the hands. Breathe in, lift them, and you can look up and a bit of a back bend. Breathe out, fold forwards and take the hands all the way down to the floor and just fold the torso over the thighs. And then breathe in and up and take the arms wide. Breathe out and twist to your right. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out and twist to your left. Breathe in and come back to center. Breathe out, the hands down. And breathe in, lift your right leg. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift your left leg. Breathe out. And as you breathe in, push into your hands and lift into a back bend. So lift the chest up, lift the head up, really lift and arch into a back bend. As you breathe out, round the back. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, lower the arms to the floor. Head nice and loose. And as you breathe up, lift all the way up. Stretch up, back bend if that's okay. And breathe out, lower the hands back to the heart center. Okay, there are many ways we can do this. So let's just do that once more. So bring in the hands into this space. You know, sometimes we have some of our symptoms here, don't we? Particularly anxiety. We can feel the symptoms of anxiety and these bodily symptoms sometimes. And, you know, our symptoms of anxiety or depression, in the therapy that I work with people with, it's seeing these symptoms as a really positive, if not sometimes terrible, gift to ourselves. That something is trying to wake up within us. That this somatic mind, this vast intelligent mind that we've been ignoring so long, is just trying to say, listen to me, please, I've got something really important to tell you. So these are needs that we just need to listen to in our bodies. Breathe out, lower the arms. Breathe in, lift up. Look up, back bend if it's happy for you to do that. Breathe out, fold forward. So taking the torso over the knees, just the hands to the floor, making sure your head is nice and loose. Breathe in, lift up, and then spread the arms nice and wide. Twist, breathe out, twist to the right. Breathe in, come to the center. Breathe out, twist to the left. Breathe in to the center. Bring your hands onto the chair. Legs, so breathe in, extend the legs. You know, this is a good movement, important to stretch and extend the full length of the knee and then the left leg. I'm not mirroring you there, sorry about that, I forgot about that. And feet flat on the floor, and then back bend, so push into the chair, breathing in, lift the chest, open the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push into a back bend, look up, breathe out, arch forwards. Do that a couple of times actually. Breathe in, so squeeze the shoulder blades together and look up. Breathe out, roll forwards and arch forwards. And then straighten up and lift the arms as you breathe in. Back bend if that's okay. Breathe out just once more, taking the hands to the floor. Loosen into that, release into that. And then on one full in-breath, lift all the way up. And bring the hands back to the heart center. And just notice what arises. Notice how you're feeling, notice what you're thinking, and just let it go, or be with it. And then bring your hands onto your thighs. Okay, so it's a nice chair-based one. And yeah, I've got a video actually, it's had about 4,000 hits on YouTube for office yoga. You're doing yoga sitting at your desk. I have quite a few clients and that say how useful that is. So we want to keep the chairs, but move them to the front of your mats. So if you can come back onto your mats and move your chairs onto the front of your mats. And we're going to do Viparita Karana. So just come onto the floor. You'll need your block. So put your block just in front of the chair. Okay. And I'm just trying to find my... Anyway, right, so this is a starting position. So this is the one where we're going, it's a supported bridge, well, it's a supported kind of half shoulder stand, but it's an inversion. So we support the body and we relax and we release into the posture in a semi-inverted way. So it's very, very good for increasing blood flow to the brain. You know, I've got a slight headache coming on myself, and I know it'll get rid of the headache. And it's very, very good for, it's quite mood altering, certainly for depression, because it works on some of the mood sensors in the base of the skull and things. But it's basically a very restorative posture. So I think I've demonstrated this either on the video or before. So we want the bum just to be a little bit elevated, and then we bring the legs onto the chair like this, and then we relax all the way back down. The most important thing is that this is as comfortable as we can make it. So we might want to get into it by not having the block there. We just, you know, lift the legs onto the chair like this, and then we can lift the bum up to put the block under. But just get into it in a way that's comfortable for you, so that you can completely and fully rest your low legs on the seat of the chair. You'll need to have the chair sideways on like me, so that there's nothing to stop the feet resting out. And then when you're here, you can just lift your arms with the elbows wide to the sides and the elbows bent, so that the arms can just rest lightly on the floor. And then when you're here, you can close your eyes. So make any adjustments for this to feel comfortable. and just rest in this very supported posture. And one to try at home too, even if you're not in the middle of a yoga practice really. So the inversions, like the headstand, which, I mean, I'm not even teaching in my classes at the moment because it is a very advanced posture, but inversions like the headstands and this is supported Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, so it's supported shoulder stand. Very stimulating for our nervous system, for relaxing, for engaging the relaxed side of the nervous system. So the hands and the arms need to rest fully on the floor. If you have trouble having them rested overhead, either have them out to the side, bend the elbows as much as you need to, or bring them right back down by the sides of the body if that's difficult. So just make sure that your arms can rest fully on the floor. Either like that, somewhere so that you can just rest the arms fully on the floor. So one of the many reasons, and this would be great for the autistic kids, because with the new research that's come out about the nervous system, this third branch of the nervous system, which is what they lack, the social branch of the nervous system, this will be a great posture for them because it stimulates the baroreceptors in our neck. So we have these things called baroreceptors in our neck, and it thinks that that there's more blood flow through it, that there's an increasing an increasing pressure in them, obviously because our legs are raised. So the body then senses this and it relaxes the autonomic nervous system. So it relaxes the blood vessels, it relaxes the breathing. It has a very deep effect because of this physiological response, a deep effect on stimulating the relaxation response throughout the whole system. But you have to give it a little while. So we can stay here just for a short while today. But if you're doing this at home and you can have a blanket over you and be lovely and warm, and you could just rest here for 10 minutes or so with the eyes closed, maybe doing one of the relaxation practices or something. It's very good for relaxing tension in the chest and the front of the body as well. Just generally helping us to let go. And as usual in any of these kind of postures, just make sure that the back of your neck is long, so the chin is just gently inclined down towards the chest. Restorative and relaxing posture. And then getting ready to come out of it, as we've just got a few minutes here. So doing whatever you need to just become more awake and aware. And I suggest one of the best ways of coming out of it is to bring your arms back down by your sides and just bring your thighs over your chest. So just take your legs off the chair, bring your thighs over your chest, and then you can just roll, you see, just roll onto one side, rest here for a while, and then push up to sitting.